The first thing that I do in taking care of the cuticles is I start by pushing back the cuticle. Now, the tool I'm using is super special to me because I got to help design it. This is the dual-ended pushy. One end you can see has been scooped out and it actually mirrors the contour of the nail. I'm going to work the pushy from side to side in soft circular motions. Now the edge is super thin, so it helps me to lift that cuticle off of the nail, but it's been buffed nice and smooth so it doesn't scratch the surface of the nail. We want to lift any of that dead skin, any of that cuticle off the surface of the nail. If you leave that on the surface of the nail, when you go to polish, you're going to have an uneven surface around the cuticle, as well as your polish isn't going to last very long because nothing really sticks to skin. Also, what we're going to do is make sure that we have a nice even shape to our cuticle. If you have any cuticle along the sides of the nails, you can actually use the nail cleaner, which is normally used under the nails, but you can also use this along the sides of the nails, and you'll feel it as it starts to lift and pull off any of that cuticle down and along the side. Now we want to remove any little bits and pieces of skin, like that skin that's waving at you from the top of the cuticle. We want to take that off. This is where the rock hard cuticle nipper comes into play. When cutting the cuticle or removing that dead skin, we want to find the skin that we're going to cut, and we're going to place that right in between the blades. Notice I'm not using the tip of the nipper to cut that. The tip is perfect for getting into super small areas or down in the sidewalls here. When you need to cut just a little piece, I'm going to use the tip. But if there's a piece of skin like a hangnail that's on top of the living skin and we want to remove that, I'm actually going to place that skin in the middle of the blades. This way I can get a nice clean cut without going too deep. If you angle your nipper too far forward or too far back, you can actually cut the skin. So we're just going to set it down and almost slide that skin right along the blade and then just nip. If I go down into the sides of the nail, then I'm going to use the point. And I'm just going to go in along the nail and I'll use the point of the nipper to get that skin out. So this is how I like to finish off my cuticle care, using our buffer and shiner. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm actually going to use the 400 grit side. And I like to focus mainly on the cuticle area itself, the skin. So not so much on the surface of the nail, but more angled and along the cuticle area. Notice that when I'm doing this, I'm following contour of the nail, right? The nail's curved, so I'm not filing flat and flat and flat. I'm going to use rounded motions from side to side, starting at the center of the nail, and I'll come down on one side, and then the center of the nail down on the other side. And then we finish off by lastly taking our dual-ended pusher and using the hook side to go right around the edges of the nail and underneath to clean out any dust and debris that may have been left from our cuticle care. And then I like to finish off every cuticle service by hydration, hydration, hydration. After you do your cuticle work, you want to make sure that you always rehydrate your cuticles with a great cuticle oil or a cream. I like the oils because I feel it penetrates better and really helps hydrate the cuticles and surrounding skin. And then massage that in to the cuticle and the nail itself.